Hi, my name's Summer and I'm with Dreamhaven RV here in Australia. We are in our factory that sits on around 470,000 square feet of land. Now, just our factory alone is 150,000 square feet. And the reason that I'm excited to tell you about this factory in our video is we are an award-winning overlanding travel trailer manufacturer here in Australia where we have to be tough. I've just spent about an hour and a half with two of your peers in the industry in the East Coast, showing them to our facility, and their hair was blown back. I'll tell you what, so I wanted to show you as well because our vans are coming your way now. So Crusader, our parent company, has been around for over 20 years. Like I said, award-winning. For the last 6 years, we have won Manufacturer of the Year as an independent body award. We're also a certified master manufacturer, and we're the only award winner to hold both of those titles. So come with me, let me take you to this factory and show you why you are gonna want to offer this product to your customers. It is no joke. All of our panels are custom cut in-house with our CNC machines that are behind me here. Now that also brings me to our composite walls, which we also manufacture ourselves, and I'm going to show you that later in the video. But again, we are about precision and quality here at Dreamhaven RV. Follow me. We're going to start at the beginning. When our chassis get in here from our chassis manufacturing plant next door, this is where they start. And I think maybe an easier thing to do would be to take you over to that factory, introduce you to Marnu, and let him tell you why our chassis are so great. And I'm going to use our teleport feature and teleport us there now. And we are here at Intelligent Engineering. I'm with Marnu, and he is like the guru of the chassis manufacturing, and he's going to tell us why this product is so amazing and the benefits for you.
Okay, so number one, our chassis is fully designed and engineered by Intelligent Engineering using Australian steel. Now what that means is we are in control of the quality of the actual steel itself. Now when we look at the steel, it's 6x2. Now we use a double. You'll see a main rail, which we call the deck, but then we have a supporting rail in the front, which is an extension rail. Now our chassis are built robust. Now if you think about Australia, now in America you call it overlanding, which we call traveling the outback or off-roading. Our chassis is designed to withstand that heavy punishment that puts on them. So we make sure we test this chassis not only in the CAD world, but in real world environments.
Definitely in real life environments.
In real life environments, Intelligent Engineering is the only company that successfully crossed the canning stock route with a full-size caravan. Now, for people who don't know what the canning stock route is, the canning stock route is only the longest four-wheel drive track in the world, and we successfully completed that. So doing that with a whole size of a caravan is impossible. So with that said, Intelligent Engineering has certain welding techniques, certain processes to ensure that we can maintain that quality and also that strength. So the varieties of suspensions, we use many independent suspensions, many different specs, many different sizes. But one thing we can guarantee is that the engineering is backed by us 100%, manufactured in Australia by Intelligent Engineering. Yeah, you
can definitely go off-road in these, whether it's desert or mountains. These will get you where you want to go for sure. So what else do you want to tell them about the van?
Looking at the steel here, when you come up close, you'll find some of the welding. Now people go, oh, I don't really understand. Now the nice thing about this is when you come up close, you see the welding speaks for itself. You don't need to be an engineer to know it's a good weld. Now when you look at some of the components and some of the designs, nothing that is on this chassis is not designed and engineered. Now you look at some of our stuff, it's made out of aluminium. Lightweight. So the biggest problem we face with caravans is you want to save weight so you can add more luxury items. So we design things really well to save the weight so we can do it efficiently, safe manufacturing process, and we can add more weight on it. Yeah.
Always good when you want to have the extra stuff to pack to take away for your longer trips. And again, like I mentioned before, the Dreamhaven RVs come standard with all of those things that you would normally have to add in the United States. So bonus, bonus, bonus.
Yeah. No, that's really awesome. And it's great that some of these products goes to the US and to support that market and to just spread abroad. That's amazing. I
think just to showcase what we do in Australia better than you guys are getting there. We're here to lift the market for you.
Yes. 100%, and we've got a good track record on this. We've been supplying chassis to this industry for a very long time, which means we've learned what to do and what not to do. And we've had the time to practice and refine these processes, which really elevates this industry.
I agree.
So with Intel Engineering, there's a lot of design engineering that goes into every single piece. We design it it fits together like a puzzle piece, just to take that thinking out and just so we can guarantee the accuracy and continuation of manufacturing them. So gussets and pieces and puzzles, they just fit together. Now, when you come close to the chassis, when you have it in front of you, spend the time, look at the products, look at the pieces, and then you'll really truly value what it means to be intelligent engineering.
And I just wanted you to mention as well, galvanized steel.
Galvanized steel.
And what's the benefit of that for people that may not know?
Yeah, so galvanized steel gives you the longevity. It's obviously a zinc coating that is covered over your chassis, where conventional paint, for argument's sake, let's say you've welded here, and it's conventional paint, you've burnt the gal coating on the inside. Now, when you do a hot dip galvanized process, this is dipped in liquid zinc.
Yeah.
So it goes everywhere. So the full coverage of the chassis is completely protected. It just gives you that assurity for longevity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, galvanized.
And I can say with confidence, I don't think that your purchasers, they're not going to be disappointed. Agreed?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I am going to zap back to the factory now, so it's been good chatting with you.
Nice. Thank you. Thanks.
Well, now that we're back in the Dreamhaven RV factory, and you've learned a little bit about the chassis from Marnu, thanks Marnu, we're going to talk about the leveling of them. So we've got these shims that sit on here. Now those are measured with a laser alignment tool to make sure we get our floor nice and flat. The benefit for you means that floor is not moving anywhere. What that means for you is we're getting a nice, even, flat surface for your floor to go down on. That's a 40 mil thick, which is 1.6 inches. I did my conversions. I've been here a long time, guys, 20 years. That means you're getting a nice flat floor, which also means your cabinetry, when it goes in, is not going to move. And I'm going to show you why as we travel down the line here, how that's possible. So let's keep going. Okay, so at the front of the van, we've got a DO35 articulated hitch. What that means for you is not only a smoother ride and an easier coupling to use, but it also means that if the van were to unfortunately roll in a tricky situation, it's not going to take the tow vehicle with you. Super important. You can see these gentlemen right now, they're putting down our floor. Again, that 40 mil thick, the insulation's incredible. It's also really, really strong, far superior to Meranti or to even your honeycomb flooring. So a really, really great product that we've got going from the ground up, and then it just gets better. Now, one thing that you're going to notice about us that really sets us apart from what you're used to is that we build our vans more from the inside out. And that means quality control. We don't have multiple tradespeople inside the van after the walls have gone up and the roof has gone up. So that just means, again, a better product for you, a better product for your customer. And what's our favorite thing? Less warranty issues. So let's continue on and have a look around at why that's a benefit, and maybe just get a bit of footage to show you how cool this build process really is. We're now at station 4 because we finished putting down the floor and we're going into the plumbing and the rest of the internal fittings for the cabinetry. Now, one thing I want to mention again with the cabinetry, there are 3 points of fixture, again, making this fan incredibly rigid. Now, all of our qualified tradespeople that we use here, they're craftsmen. They've been in the industry for a long time. We don't just hire anybody. These guys take their job so seriously, and everybody works at an individual station, which we're going to move on, continuing through to plumbing. Now, this is when our showers are going in, our sinks, everything else is being done. Now, we're producing quite a few vans per day here. These guys work on a schedule of under an hour at each station. Now we're at station plumbing 2. Now, you'll notice the next one here is quality control. So after we go through certain areas, certain sections of build with our vans, they have a control gate. They've got a QC from each different section. So we're always going back and looking at our work to make sure that it's done properly, to provide the best product to the end user. So right now I'm standing in front of Bay 8 and Bay 7, which the one that's in Bay 6 is going to shortly move into. That's our 12-volt electrical wiring, and here we've got our 240 for Australia and our 115, which will be for the vans for Dreamhaven USA. So now that we've kind of gone through that, I'm going to take you through and show you some more information about our walls and how they're put together. But once we finish our electrical and our plumbing, of course, our walls are going to go on. Now I'm taking you over to this side of the factory to show you what happens before they go on. So obviously we put on our protective surface here, helps keep the van safe from the rock chips and everything that you're going to find when you're going on your epic adventures. The other thing is, you'll notice everything that we do here, we designed to be ergonomically friendly to our craftsmen here. And that's because we don't want them fatiguing, we don't want them being unsafe. Happy employees make for a better van, and that makes for a better, again, experience for the end user. So decals go on, windows go in. Again, there's some really cool things with how we put our windows in to make it easier to repair should they get damaged. Just a lot of thought goes into this. Everything rolls down this track that's here, again, just to make sure that it's comfortable and easy for our amazing staff to work in. So one thing I want to make a really good point about when our one-piece roof front and back goes on is the precision and the craftsmanship of all of our workers. A lot of people don't realize how hard it is to get your silicone to go on so beautifully. And the reason that we do this is to keep our vans waterproof. Again, with that XPF foam that I discussed earlier, the floor is 40 mil thick, which is 1.6 inches. The walls are about 1.2 inches thick. Not only are the insulation properties amazing, but it's quiet, it's incredibly durable, and again, less chance of that water ingress, especially with how we finish these vans off. And I know in the US, water ingress is an issue. So let's watch this roof go on because it's pretty cool. So unlike most manufacturers in Australia, we don't have anybody walking on the roof. Again, we like to do most of our work at standing height from a safety point of view. We do have some ladders to help us, but for the most part, again, everything is just done so safely and efficiently. So shortly here, we're gonna see this roof go on, and it is so cool to watch how quick this is from start and finish. So again, when we talk about skilled craftspeople, you'll notice everybody that's in yellow, that's our team at each bay. Anybody you see in orange manages that particular bay. So we have consistent on-site quality checks as each job is being done at each bay. Seeing these roofs go on is incredibly cool. I love seeing it every single day that I'm here. And again, a big difference that it's a one piece from front, top, and back. Again, minimizing that chance of water ingress. Now you'll notice that our overhead hatch, our TV antenna, and our air conditioning unit, they're already installed on the roof. So we don't have people inside putting them on after. Everything's done. Again, the efficiency and the quality of how we manufacture these caravans is top level. Hence why we have been awarded Manufacturer of the Year so many years in a row. As you can see, like I said, all the work is done on the roofs while they're lower on the ground. They're not already on the van. Again, let's go back to quality control. Let's go back to precision. Let's go back to a really clean fit out. As you can see, we don't have oodles and oodles of oozing silicone all over our vans. And again, that's that one piece front, top, and back. It really is a superior product. Now, one of the questions that you're gonna have is what happens if a wall gets damaged and it's in the USA? Well, the way that we manufacture our travel trailers, and like I discussed at the chassis point, we've got those shims on that makes that floor in this furniture incredibly solid and really right down to a hair on how it's positioned in the van. This particular wall had to come off for some rework, and I'll tell you what, we're just gonna pop another wall right back on. It's gonna fit perfectly, and as we say here, Bob's your uncle. Now that the roof's on, we're going into bays 11, right through to bay 20. And that means we're getting our final fitting on here. J-molds and splashbacks, our drawers, our doors, electrical fit off, all that's being done. And of course, in the middle, again, as we discussed, at each certain point, we have a quality check to go back and check the work that was done before. So we've kind of got a really good walkthrough to what our finished vans are gonna look like. So this is one of our Crusaders, again, the parent company of Dreamhaven RV. We've got a few Dreamhavens on the line just there, and now we're gonna go through to what happens after the vans are built. So let's keep going. So one of the things we do for QC quality checks in final assembly and final detail is we shake our vans aggressively. Now, I'm not gonna tell you how we do it because it's our little trade secret, but why we do that is to make sure that the hinges on the drawers are not gonna move, the hinges on the overhead cupboards aren't gonna move, and also that all the appliances, all the fixtures that are in the van, they stay put where they're supposed to stay. So we kind of pre-test the van before the consumer gets it, because that's one of the most common things that people find is that little detail that was overlooked that could have been found had they just done the shake tests. Now, although we have all of our checkpoints along the factory line, that doesn't mean that we stop there. Once the vans are completed, they go to our extra checky area, where I can tell you the people that are in this area love to pick on everybody for any mistakes they may have made. And that's not to be mean to their colleagues. It's to make sure that we're giving the best end product that we can. And I can tell you, these people are definitely picky. So this van that's coming off here now, that's just come off from getting weighed. So we weigh our vans. As soon as they're finished, they've got the all clear to go ahead. That means we have an idea of what our van's actual weight is. So some cheeky manufacturers might weigh their vans. We actually weigh our vans. So here I am standing in front of all of our composite walls and floors ready to go on the next batch of caravans going through the factory line. Now, what I wanted to discuss was we use an XPF foam. It's a closed cell foam. Now, other manufacturers may use composite, but is it a closed cell foam that cannot get any water intrusion? Maybe, maybe not. I know that ours is. So again, when we talk about our walls, they are 1.15 inches thick, and our roof and floor up there, that purple one, that is 1.6 inches thick. So the insulation properties, if you want to talk R rating, which you may or may not be familiar with, but just to give you an example, the R rating on our travel trailers is going to be somewhere around the 8. On your average stick and tin, it's going to be around a 3, a 4 if it's good. And if you've got an aluminum framed van, well, that might vary because we know that aluminum is a really good conductor of heat and cold. So if you've got those extreme temperature variances like we do here in Australia, where it might be 110 degrees during the day and 30 degrees at nighttime, this is incredibly important because it maintains that temperature. It also means you don't have to exhaust your heating and cooling units that are standard in our vans to maintain that temperature and rely so much on your power sources. Now, I want to go back again to how I just mentioned that our heating and cooling is standard. We've got a lot of standard things that come with our vans that you don't have to option on. It's just ready to go because they're Overlanders. So things like your solar, your gas bottles, those are all standard. The inverters on one of the models, totally standard. That really nice coupling, that DO35 articulated coupling, standard. The toolboxes, jerry can holders, the big front garages, all standard. Overhead hatches, standard. Portable induction cooktops, you guessed it, standard. USB-C charging points. I mean, I could kind of go on and on. There's quite a few things, the cassette toilets. We really kind of put everything in there, so there's nothing that you or your client has to think of. These things are just ready to go, ready to roll, and ready to go overlanding and have amazing, epic adventures. So I think with that, I can probably close us off and say thank you for taking this very quick factory tour. I hope it was informative for you, and I hope that you have lots of questions and that you'll get in touch with our with our dealer liaisons, and the details can be found right here.